Today we're making lasagna. We start by making our sauce first, so we're going to dice our vegetables. We have several stalks of celery, 4 medium-sized carrots, 3 cloves of garlic, and 1 small red onion. Just want to dice them up finely. I also like to take several fresh tomatoes, dice those up, and get those into my sauce as well. The vine ripened tomatoes are great for this as their skins are very thin and they cook down into the sauce beautifully. So just dice a couple of those up and throw those in there as well. Nothing has to be too finely diced as it will cook down in the sauce. Now that we have everything chopped and diced, it's time to start cooking up our sauce. Start by adding several tablespoons of oil to your pot. You can use olive oil or any oil of your choice. Once our oil has warmed up a bit, we want to add our onions and our garlic. And just let them brown a bit. And then we're going to add our celery and our carrots. Give that a good stir. And let those cook up for a few minutes. Once that's cooked up a bit, add our chopped tomatoes. This will give a lovely flavor to our sauce. Stir them in. And just let that all cook down a bit. Once those tomatoes have softened and they cook down a bit, we want to add our meat. This is 1 pound of beef and veal. I'm just going to break that up. I'm going to brown that all together. Just break up your meat. You can use any combination of meat you like. Some prefer to use sausage. I like this combination. Works really well. And make sure you brown your meat thoroughly. This is a very lean mix of meat. As you can see, there's really no fat there at all. So just keep browning that. Once our beef is thoroughly browned, we want to add our tomato puree. That's what I like to use, tomato puree. You want to lower your heat there. Stir that in well. That's going to be amazing. Add some parsley. About a teaspoon is enough. I don't want to overwhelm it. Salt to taste. And a dash of black pepper. And to stir that up well. I also like to add just a dash of crushed red pepper just to give it a little sweetness. Just a dash, you don't want to go overboard. Don't want it too hot. Stir everything well. Do a little taste test. Make sure you have your seasonings exactly where you want them. Cover that and let it cook for about an hour. It's been about an hour. My sauce has thickened up nicely. You want some liquid in there, but you don't want too much. That smells absolutely fantastic. So this is just right. This is perfect. We're going to turn off our heat and let it cool down. Time to make my pasta. And let it rest in the fridge for about an hour. Before I cook my pasta, I'm going to start grating my cheeses. I'm going to use mozzarella and Parmesan Reggiano. So I'll just grate those up. Once my cheeses are grated, I want to prepare my ricotta. So I'm going to take my ricotta. I'm going to add about half a teaspoon of salt. You can add a little bit more if you like. And I'm going to mix that in. This is such a creamy ricotta. This is an amazing ricotta. This is homemade. That is absolutely perfect. I want a little bit more spreadability, and I don't want to add egg, as this will hold together nicely. So what I'm going to add is 1/4 cup of heavy cream with a dash of milk. This will hold the ricotta together and give it a creaminess. It comes out amazing. Mix that up. I'm going to add a dash of parsley, chopped parsley. Just mix it all up until it's nice and creamy. You can see it's very spreadable now. Set this aside until we're ready to assemble.
Time to roll out my pasta.
Those are perfect. Those easy to pan, so they're easy to transfer to our pot when it's time to boil them. I have a baking sheet that I've drizzled oil on so my lasagna won't stick when I place it there after I take it out of the water. And I've brought some water to boil in a shallow pan with a sprinkling of salt. So I'm just gonna set these in here. They only need to go in for a moment or so. They don't need to cook long at all. Let the excess water drip off when you take them out. Place it on your pan and on to the next. Our final one. Done, and on to our assembly. We are ready to assemble. We're going to start by just putting a little sauce in the bottom of our pan, just a bit, so that the pasta doesn't stick. Spread that out. You don't need much. Our sauce came out fantastic. It tastes amazing. That touch of adding the fresh tomatoes really makes a difference. And the crushed red pepper, even though it's very little, it adds just that perfect amount of spice and sweetness to it. Okay, that should be enough. Let's start laying down our noodles. Once we have our first layer of noodles down, we want to add a layer of ricotta. The ricotta tastes amazing with the heavy cream. Like I said, it keeps it together. It helps to bind it. It will be the creamiest, tastiest lasagna you have ever had. Once you have your first layer of ricotta, you want to add a little bit of mozzarella. And some Parmesan. You can use any Parmesan you like. Like I said, I'm using the Parmesan Reggiano today. Pecorino Romano is amazing as well with it. Add a little sauce. And on to the next layer. Another layer of your ricotta, some more mozzarella, some Parmesan. Just keep layering. We're almost at the final layer. The final layer. Just spread that all out. Add the rest of your sauce. The rest of our mozzarella. Final sprinkling of Parmesan. And now we're going to cover this with aluminum foil. I like to tent it a little bit because I don't want the cheese to stick to it. And bake at 350 for about 40 minutes. After that, you can take the aluminum foil off and cook it for another 10 or 15 minutes until it's golden brown on top. I've taken the aluminum foil off. That is looking good. A few more minutes and it's done. So my lasagna is out of the oven. It smells absolutely amazing. It looks fantastic. It's going to need about 20 minutes, half an hour before I can cut it. It's just too hot to cut right now. My lasagna are ready. It looks amazing. It smells absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to give this a try. So let's dig in. Set this down. absolutely amazing. The sauce is perfect. The homemade ricotta, the homemade pasta, which I highly recommend doing when it comes to lasagna, it really brings it over the top. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. I hope you give it a try. Please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more recipes like this.